Okay, hello together. A short recap for the FDAX and the Bund today. Today we got the prediction, or we talked about the FDAX with the probability to get short into the market because we left the value of yesterday. Yesterday value here from the 50, 150 back to the end 220. That was the value. We see here a low volume node and a new distribution over here and over there, 12,050 beginning. 12,050 was the week low. 50% is probably the 12,137. And before the market opened at 9, the cash market, we saw that this low volume node here was rejected by the price, and later we saw even that we jumped into a new distribution with a high volume edge from Monday, and also it rejected the price, so we got into the value of Monday and moved to the POC of Monday. So we have a short bias because we moved the value or shift in the value to the downside, and a new distribution, the Monday distribution, there we are. So what was the plan and how it played out? The plan was just to focus the short side till we reach the bottom of the week, because big levels we will have to say that big levels will break bigger players, and if there are no bigger players, this level will be strong. So here we see the week lows between 50 and 70. And the short bias was to go short at the value high of the value we are in. So that is the level around 120.25. That are the levels we want to go short, because we accept the value and we have a shift in the short side. That's the best way to go with the trend if there is a trend. And the other side was the bottom of this value and the low volume edge. And we see here 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible entries. The last one is too late, and it's midday, so we can scratch them. But the best entries were at the bottom and back to the mean reversal. So we see that the Reebok was the target, where the tape was mixed and the targets and the take profits were taken, and we get an extension on the other side. But we got these two levels, and big players hold the level at the bottom, and the trend followers want to go short at the value high of Monday. That were the best prices for today. So next is Bund. The Bund was interesting because we have to see what was the price action. The price action was in the Bund at the top. Let me show you. So take the yellow color. We opened, and in the pre-market we see the rejection of an old low volume node of last week here, 171.47. And again, in the cash market we saw this rejection, so we had a possible setup for a short trend. And you see here a bigger value, that's the volume edge. The possibility was there to go short even more to the downside. So here was a short setup. Then we got to the 50% of the week. One tick wonder, yeah, it hits the 50%. So we are in the consolidation market. We saw it here, even the same practice in the market. And we tested this value here. We got to the downside. We moved back into the to the top side, jumped on the top side, a value area high of this value distribution, and then we got a breakout to hit the target, the low volume node of Friday. No, 61. The top was 65 or 3. So we got the target. Two setups, one rejection of this high volume edge back to the bottom of the price distribution yesterday, and then we saw a special moment where we must focus on the times and sales. Let me show it to you. Where we want to see momentum starting. It is the VPOC of today, and we reject it. Then we make a new pullback. We take it out and made a pullback on the VPOC, and we bought the VPOC and started a momentum trade that could happen, that ended in the breakout. So in this situation, we are looking for a good ongoing times and sales. Buyers, one seller, and directly a buyer, one seller, bigger buyer, seller, buyer. That's a momentum trade. Okay. I hope you did well.